Hello, I'm going to be doing the words versus actions assignment. I'm going to be going over what the message in the first two videos are trying to convey. So for the first one, well, both of them in general, they're trying to convey the idea of like, do not give up no matter what. But specifically for the first one, it's more of like, don't give up, like no matter what life throws at you. So like for him, you know, he grew up in the hood and he wasn't the most well educated. He didn't have the best like life situation. His father dropped out of third grade, and you know, he was still a wise person and he was able to help his students get educated and relay his life experiences onto his children. So for example, like later on when his wife passed away, he talked to his father and he relayed his message more as like, stand up, do not give up. And then he thought about those words and he realized that he shouldn't be bumming around. He should set the example for his two children, and he used that to push himself forward in these tough life situations, and he was able to go and move forward on with his life and make something of himself rather than just staying home and being depressed all his life. And then for the second video, it's more of just like, if you're passionate about something, don't give up on that. Like, you know, just like, for example, just like for the guy, he wanted to do something bigger with himself, and so he had this prophecy where, you know, one day some lady said he's going to travel the world and speak to millions of people and relay his life experiences, messages, and that's what he did. He went around and he talked to billions of people. He told them that if you want to do something, go out and do it. And you know, for both of them, well, for the first two, it's more like credibility and emotions, where he used the like his father and his messages. That's more of like credibility because it's his father, and he used the emotions and try to connect with the audience, whereas like everyone has lost a person in their life, and so he used those emotions to make a connection with the people. Whereas in the second video is more like logical. He used like hard facts. He talked about like where he was doing what days, you know, like what he went out to set out to do. Those kinds of things like lean towards logistics. And for the second two videos, I'm sorry, give me a second. Sorry. I'm sorry. There we go. Alright, and then for the second two videos, they lean more towards on about like what race is as a whole, and like all these stigmatisms that come with like the color of your skin. For the first one, they did a social experiment to see, like they grabbed different people from different races, not necessarily like, you know, just like black, like not necessarily white, it's more like Middle Eastern, Asian cultures, Muslim cultures, and they just got them all together and they asked certain questions, whereas like if you relate to them, you move forward, and if you don't, you move back. And you know, we just get to see like what different cultures have to deal with in different scenarios that they asked them. And for the second video, it was about just like, you know, all around feel-good message, you know, because the color of your skin or whatever you are, it's just a label, and that necessarily you don't have to follow those labels, and that if we get rid of them, then life would just be an all-around amazing place, you know. So for the first video, it was more just like logos, logical, because they did statistics and they asked questions and they conducted an experiment to see what would happen. And we also use credibility, where, you know, you went through those those peoples went through those life experiences, and we got to see, you know, what they did, and you know, they're credible because they went through those situations and they felt like, you know, they felt discriminated because of just the color of their skin or just their culture in general. And for the second video, it was just like a feel-good message, so it was just more like pathos, where they, you know, use your emotions. They talked about, you know, children and how like once they're born, you know, they just see, like they don't see the color of your skin, they just see another human being. and they use that just to like really connect with the audience. And you know, that's pretty much it. Yeah. And then for all of them, just like the way they connect in society, honestly, like more of like the last two videos are the ones that like really need to be addressed into today's society. They really do connect, whereas like the first two videos, they're more of just like trying to get a message out of just like do what you want to do, don't give up. But I really feel like we need to focus more on the last two videos, because that's a real big problem, and that those really are like, you know, they really do affect today's society. Because racism, no matter what, like I feel like it won't ever go away no matter what. Thank you.